Whoa, good morning. I stepped away and there's all this chat. I need to look through the chat real quick. Sorry, I was getting all the accessories. This is what's coming. So there you go. We were getting salsa bowls ready. So yeah, it's gonna be a hot mess today. Good morning, bright and sunny Toronto. It's bright and sunny Macon, Georgia here today. Sam Jing, been a long time. I'm glad you made it. Glad you made it. All right, so one thing I'm gonna do a little. I got a little bit of work to do while we get people in, and we'll start pin cleaning in here. How is everyone else doing? Cold and wet in KC. Dropping by, even supposing. No problem. Get that exercise is more important than this stream in this pandemic. So that's awesome. Keep it up. Maybe we'll have a night stream you can join later. Pin Addict, good morning. Tessa, thanks for making me cry. It's what I do. Y'all make me cry, I make you cry. That's how it works. Mike Hurley, 5 months of subbing. He's here for the catastrophe today. Neighbor Villain, 4 months of subbing. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. It's going to be a hot mess today. Like I said, this is what's coming. It's going to happen. It's going to be a nightmare, y'all. It's going to be a nightmare. But one thing I am doing, Shoe Bamboo, 22 months of subbing. So I just ripped and pulled 50 extra fine nibs. We got our backup order of nibs. The vacation nibs are still enjoying Mai Tais and Pina Coladas. I have Naperville. Did I get you? I got you, Naperville. We got pieces, parts here. Quixotic Fox, 4 months of subbing. Let's go. Thank you so much. So there's 50 extra fine nibs about to head off to Mr. Brooks. Our backup nib order was only 90 nibs. We bought everything else they had and said send it overnight. So I'm busy pulling these this morning. I have 20 fines, 20 mediums, and 50 extra fines, which is what we need the most. Kate, continuing that sub. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I appreciate you so much, Kate. Thank you very, very much. So I'm going to get through these extra fine nibs real quick. There's only 20 of them I need to pull apart. So Brooks told me, and he sent me, what are these? This is when you have big cash money. So Brooks keeps these at the house because he counts all his money this way, right? You gotta keep the fat stacks of cash going. So Brooks is at home going with the cash. So he sent the not that Quixotic Fox and I have 2 subs in one house or anything. That's kind of amazing. I love that. So Brooks sent me the money counters. But these are the trick to pulling off the nibs. So he showed me a picture. What you do? Let me put it on this cam. Might have to scoot this back a little bit so you can see what's going on here. So you actually don't put them on your fingers. We don't need them. We don't need them to count our fat stacks of cash we have over here. Like you take them like this, and you put it over the wings here, and then you pull. I'm not going to do it here because I'm going to spill this water, but you basically wrap it over the nib like this, and then work it out that way. If I tried to do that on that camera, we would be into early catastrophes, and we're not going to do early catastrophes yet. These are the nibs for the spoke fountain pens, so the Icon and now I have everything too close to me. The Icon and the 2 Axle models. So let me get these fine nibs out of the way, and then we'll get to pin cleaning. It shouldn't take but just a second. 200 IQ, that's what Brooks does. So then you just pop them. Put them in my alternate salsa bowl until I can put them back into the... Who had under 10 minutes for the first water disaster? The Icon, which is the apex of spoke design. Thank you, Andrew. Alternate salsa bowl. We have 3 salsa bowls going this morning. We have green, orange, and red. Whoops, that was the wrong box. The feeds and the collars go in this box. Nibs go in the salsa bowl. Oh, I probably dinged that one. Those salsa bowls are making me hungry. Yeah, we might have a lunch and learn today. Should we have bets on number of whoopsies today? So I think we need to define whoopsies, right? Water spills, ink spills. I have some protection here. I have my cutting board, my Alvin cutting board. I broke 50K in ink drops. That's insane. And then I have my microfiber towel underneath that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this goes, because there's gonna be booger suckers are gonna be in play, and that's gonna be the real challenge here. So I need to get these nibs done because I need to get them over to Brooks. So just bear with me. Given the success of your pen launch, are you already planning out more colors for your sleeves? Yes, but not imminent. But yes, the conversations are happening for colors. So generally, is the engraving a manual process? It is. So Brooks has a laser, right? So they'll have a setting for the nib, so it's lined up correctly. So they'll set the nib. The laser's programmed with our imagery, and he'll turn on the laser. It'll etch the nib, and then he'll pull it off one by one, just kind of stacking them in there. It goes pretty fast, but it's a very manual process because I'm taking apart the nibs. I'm getting nibs sent to me. I'm disassembling them so Brooks can just have the nib, because you can't laser and with the heat, and the heat will affect the feed, so you can't stick them under there with the feed, so you got to take them apart. So it's all those things. Brad, when do you think the Johto pen will be available? Probably like in the next month. Like, it's not far away. They're already starting. I had to do a thing that I'd never done before and set up all this bank wire transfer stuff to a Johto. Can you say where they're buying the nibs from? Meister Nibs is the Yovo nib distributor in the U.S., which is also Brian Gray from Edison Pens. So they're the Yovo nib distributor for the U.S. So that's where everyone buys them from in the U.S. market. So yeah. So that's why it's a time-consuming process. Like, the nibs got to get here from Germany to Brian Gray to Meister Nibs. Meister Nibs got to get them out to us. I have to disassemble hundreds of them at a time, send them to Brooks. Brooks lasers them, sends them back to me. Then I put them all together and put them in your pens. So it's a process, right? Like, you start adding up all that, it's a process. So what pen refill doesn't the Johto use? I want more colors than blue, black, and red. They have green. It's the Schmidt P8126. So I don't know what, like if Monteverde has some colors that are separate that you can get for that. I haven't really tried. This is cool to watch because you can't even see my hands doing things. You just see my face going, which means no colors, pretty much. I mean, Monteverde has a couple, right? Purple, orange. Are you planning on selling replacement nibs? We will totally do replacement nibs once we feel like our inventory is good. Yeah, we'll be able to do that. I'm pulling nibs, so there's 50 extra fine. And we talked about how Brooks counts as cash. He keeps these handy at home because he counts fat sacks of cash. So he sent me those. And then yeah, I'm doing I got my backup order of nibs. So I got my 90 nibs, not my 300. So I have to send these to you today. You will have that's what we need is more wrinkles in the workflow. Usually done and shipped the same day. Yeah, Brooks turns these around like pretty quick. Those just reminded me of doing concessions in high school. Well, that's good. Because it could have reminded you of like something else. Counting money. All right, my hands do get tired doing this. Just have them sent directly to you. Yeah, that's what we need. All right, one more. No, two more. I hope all these feeds and collars are the same because they're just going in one big batch. Work off some of my debts, yeah. I tell you, my hand and wrist are tired doing this. Like I'm down to my last two and I'm struggling. Oh, you were the money counter? Oh, there you go. You were Isn't it funny how responsibility transfers as you get older? If you were responsible when you were a kid, it transfers to when you get older. Isn't that funny? Dank shirt, thank you. Amos guy, appreciate the follow. So like that's what I worry about with my kids, is because like that kind of stuff transfers. Is like, you know, is how my kid's acting now. I got a haircut, I got a new shirt, all of this to just make a mess for y'all on stream today. All right, Brooks, there's 20 fine nibs. I got 20 medium nibs to go, and I'll get those out to you this afternoon. We'll do those at the end of the stream. So 70, we're going to have 90 by the time we're done. All right. Why are you taking them apart? Because we send them to Brooks to laser etch the logo, and it gets too hot to have the feeds underneath them. So we have to take them apart before lasering them, or the feeds will not be happy. These are the backup order of new nibs. So we ordered 300. They are lost currently, or not arrived currently. And then so we did a rush order of everything else that Brian had in stock. They're probably in the Suez Canal by now. That's exactly right. They're totally in the Suez. So I haven't looked at the tracking for those yet, but we paid to have these FedEx overnight to me because we don't know when the other ones are coming in. So I have 300 nibs in flight somewhere. So there you go. All right. All right, even supposing. We'll see ya. All right, let's clean some pens. I got some preset up here. Let's go through here. Susan, I saw, PT done for the day. My wrist has honestly been bothering me. I'm not exercising it enough. I need to do a better job. I read this morning, I was checking on the boat status, that they got it turned but to the side, but it's still grounded. So I don't know if other boats can pass because the big boat's still grounded. You wore a brand new shirt to clean pens? I didn't think about this, Vlad. We're going to YOLO it. YOLO shirt. YOLO shirt day. All right. Let's talk about the pens first. I'm scared to move this water. We'll do the pens in the big view. So we're going to talk about the pens I have inked up. Some of these are going to stay inked up. So I inked up my 2 Lamy Safaris yesterday. So obviously fresh ink, these stay inked. I have my Gravitas pens over there I have not inked up yet. I will ink that up at some point. You know that Marie Kondo image where she says, "I love mess"? This is us today, totally. Hey, good morning, Patrick. So these are staying inked up, okay? So I have a bunch of pens I need to ink up, so that's why we got to clean out. Which inks for the Safaris? Thank you, Naper Villain. I got the orange cartridge in the green Savannah, which is funny. I just popped the cartridge in, and there was ink in the nib. Like, Lamy is one of those companies that will test their nibs with ink. So I had to run through. I didn't clean it beforehand. I had to run through like on a paper towel, feed through some of the ink to get the orange to run clear. So we got the orange in here, which you can see maybe through the porthole there. Orange ink. And then I was going for blue black for the terracotta. This really matches my shirt well today. I did good. Look at this. We were very matchy today. And I couldn't find any Lamy blue black cartridges, but I did find petrol. So I have petrol cartridge in this. Lamy petrol cartridge. Genie off 4 months of subbing. Let's go. Let's go. So you have a few drops left of the orange ink. Yeah, so look at this. So the orange ink is old, right? Like they were found in like storage and warehouses. It was already starting to dry out, and then had to run some out from there. So you can see I've already gone through that a little bit. So yeah, shirt will hide the orange ink well. I have orange and blue black inks. I think we wore the right shirt, right? We just got to hit the right spots on the shirt. All right, so we're keeping those inked up. We're keeping this guy inked up. It also matches my shirt, right? We did a good job today. We didn't plan this, but my wife says I planned this stuff. But I just, I really haven't used this that much, so I want to keep using it and use the ink that's in it. So we're going to keep, and yeah, I also love this pen. So we're going to keep this inked up, okay? So we're going to set those off to the side. Platinum 3776, UEF nib, black platinum ink cartridge yet. We're going to keep that inked up because we're going to go through these cartridges. This is going to be black platinum ink pen in this until further notice. So I'm going to just go ahead and keep this inked up, keep using it, and clean it later. All right, Brooks, see ya. I'll shoot you a notification when I send. Am I going to clean the pens? We're cleaning this one. So this is the Twsb Perfecta that I reviewed. It's a pen I very much like that I have very hard times recommending, but I really kind of like it. So we're going to clean that one. That goes in the cleaning pile. So that's what we're doing. We're sorting out the cleaning pile now. Twsb 580. Prussian blue. 1.1 stub. Rich Sticks, 500 bits. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. This has Pen BBS 404 in it. Ink not found. I've used a decent amount of it, but it's just time. This is a good ink review pen, so if I'm just going to review an ink, sometimes I'll just grab this pen, so I usually want it clean. That's the shirt I have for my brand looking like Animal Crossing character. Dope. Prefer using cartridges and platinums and sailors, although that converter is king clean. Yeah. Hang on. Texts. Big texts. Busy day. Busy day. My daughter might be getting her braces off today, so we'll see. So I have a day. All right. Montegrappa Meteor shower. Awesome pen. I'm going to review this pen, but I've almost run it out of Robert Oster Fire on Fire ink, so we're going to clean this today. So this one's about done. So we're going to clean that up, get it refreshed, decide what we're going to do about reviewing it, but that'll be coming up to review soon. Auto Hut Design 04? I don't remember the number of this one. Lacquered Blue Wave. Awesome pen. This is currently in the review queue, and I've been using it to get used to it to be able to review it. It's inked up with Kobe Nolte 70th Anniversary Blue to kind of go with the blue on blue thing. We're keeping this inked because it is in the middle of the review process. All right, my wife just made a faux pas. So I gotta tell you this. I don't think she meant it this way. So my wife's at work. She's a pharmacist. She's giving COVID shots, and she was saying she just had, she was talking about the customers and the stresses, and she just sent me a text that said, "Shot customers are happy customers," and I'm not sure that she realizes what she said, because there was no like LOL or winky face after that. Oh, now there's another text here. So yeah, that did not go as intended. 1911, Witchy Witch, Wicked Witch, Ackerman, Hofguardier, Grown, number 28. This stays. Keep. Total keep. We're going to run this out. So I've been using this one frequently. How much ink is left in there? I hadn't looked in this. You can't really see with the Sailor anyway. It's halfway down the thing. But I think there's a decent amount left of that. So we're going to keep. Y'all can see, if you know when I reviewed some of these pens, that it's been a little while since I've done it like this one. This is the Aurora that I never figured out the name of. It's an Optima. This is the one with the Pen Addict etching on the cap. Do you have a cheat sheet, or you just remember what's in every pen? I remember what's in every pen because I don't have like 30 pens inked up. So this has the Robert Oster hemp in it. There's probably a decent amount left in there, but we're going to go ahead and clean it out anyway, just because I haven't been using it. So this one just needs to get filed. I also want, I'm not using this as much because I don't love the nib on this one. Like, it's a good medium nib, but it's stock medium nibs are not my style, right? Are we tracking my pens total? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pens in here inked up. 12, and we're going to cut this down. So this one's getting cleaned. This is going to be interesting to clean because it's a piston filler, but I can unscrew the nib. But it also has that ink reservoir on the inside in the piston, which is a pain to clean. So we'll talk about that one in a minute. Nikaya Portable. If you listen to the podcast, this is what Mike and I were discussing yesterday. This one stays inked up. So this one, the Platinum 3776 are inked up a lot, right? These just pretty much stay inked. Black in the Platinum and blue black in the Nikaya. And then the only other pen I have inked up is my Spoke Icon. So we're going to keep this one inked up because it's pretty fresh. So I've just inked this up not too long ago. This has Robert Oster Fire on Fire. Yeah, this is still ways to go in this one. Now, if I get tired of a pen or if I get tired of an ink, like, I'll dump the cartridge, right? I'm not going to force myself to use an ink until it's all the way gone. Especially in a situation when you have like 200 inks in your closet, right? Like, I'm not trying to be wasteful, but like I said, the ones I'm keeping, I want to keep using, and because I know I like the combination, I like the pen. Or in the case of the Auto HUD, I'm reviewing it. We'll keep those in use and use up all the inks and then clean them. Sometimes, say like with this pen and the Robert Oster hemp, I actually love the pen and I love the ink, but I don't love the nib on this pen necessarily, so I don't ever pick it up to write with. Like, I'll pick up the Nikaya or so it's kind of gotten stuck in limbo, so it just gets cleaned, right? So out of all that, I'm only going to end up cleaning 4 pens, which is why I don't keep too many pens inked up anyway, right? Because it never gets down really, 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 really low. All right, let's flip this camera and see about getting set up to make a mess. All right, let's move Mr. Keyboard. All right, so what do we need to do here? Let me think about this. I haven't thought this through completely. So we're going to have dirty water and less dirty water. We have our booger suckers. So we have two models of booger suckers. If you're not familiar with the nasal aspirators, I'll show you how they go as we do them. But why do you have two nasal aspirators? Because the tip sizes are different. They fit different parts of the pen to clean. So the fine nib aspirator handles international cartridges and feed post. Evan Max, thank you for the 24 months of sub, and let's go. So this fits in your standard international feeds to clean and push and force that water through. This one, I'm not cleaning a Sailor or a Pilot or a Platinum today, but this goes into the those fittings because it needs to just kind of bump up against the feed that they have on those pens. So, and these are also the silicone aspirators. They don't break as much like the plastic ones break around these seams here. I did get some feedback on making custom aspirators from a couple of listeners. Coco, 7 months of subbing. Thank you so much. So this is maybe we can get like the logos on here or something like that. That would be cool. So I gotta do follow-up emails on that. So there you go. So that's why you have two aspirators, because you need to cut the tips off one. Okay. But we're not going to use the international one today. On top of that, we have varying pressure washers if needed. So we have our standard syringes. Pat Hannon, P. Hannon, I got your email. Thank you for sending that. I'll get back to you probably maybe this weekend. So these are mostly for ink filling. You know, I'll syringe in an ink, fill up a cartridge or fill up a pen, something like that. But what they're really good for is for barrel cleaning, right? You fill it up with water and then you just pressure wash the inside with this. I found this Moonman thing that I got, which I don't guess it's a Moonman. I think I saw a Moonman. So this is the fancy syringe that's kind of like pressure loaded. It's a little harder to clean because it's hard to get apart. You can get it apart, but it works really well for shooting water up into places where you don't want water. So we'll keep that handy. And then I have like more of this bulk syringe. This is actually probably my least favorite choice. It doesn't work as well. It'll get in there and do its job, but I kind of like these other two for the pressure. In my pen cleaning kit, I do keep I'll have like some little pipettes if I want to do ink a different way. And then I keep the little Twsb silicone greases in here if I need them for, although this one, I've about emptied this one out. These are good for lubricating the piston knobs, or eyedroppering. I use this. Some people say this isn't good for eyedroppering. I've never had a problem with it. People say use like the real silicone grease that you get at like the hardware store. I've never had a problem with this in eyedroppering a pen. So I just use this. It's very cool and clean too. Yeah, I do. I know people tell me not to do it. I've never had an issue. So it's easy. You just kind of dab it on there, spread it around. Works good. No issue. Also not recommended by people who know more than me. All right. So that's our stuff. So what we'll do here insanity. I'm also not pocket carrying my eyedroppers or something like that, so I feel pretty decent about it. Let's take this Aurora first, because this could be a problem. This is not a problem, but this could be a lengthy clean. So what you'll do at first with a piston filler, right? I can unscrew this nib unit, and I eventually will. But what I'm going to do in the beginning, I brought in this extra cup. Normally I'm working over a sink, and I'll just dump ink into the sink run the faucet, and just dump ink into the sink. So instead of dumping ink right into the bowls, let's just dump some in here. Plus, I want to see what it looks like. So there's not much. I didn't have much ink left here, it looks like. So really, I wrote this one mostly dry. Not much came out of there. So now we'll draw up some water in it. This is when it'll really show out. I'll pocket. Oh, look. Already got ink on the monitor, so there's a thing. I pocket carry a Schoen P6, but is it eyedroppered? So this is me just running the piston in and out of the water. But there's a page worth in the feed now. Sure. I'm sticking it in the water anyway. I'm going to take it apart anyway, so I'm not worried about it. No, the styrofoam cup is not going to tip over because there's only a paper towel in it. It's not wet. There's not water in it, anything like that. So no balance on this styrofoam cup. Hey, Queen of Washi. So we'll clean that out. You can see it's not gonna, I'm just sucking in the dirty water in there. But it's mostly clean. Elysium V2, thanks for the follow. So you can see I got most of it out on there. All right. So I have another towel, and I got some paper towels here. So I just have these like microfiber cloths that you buy like a 10 pack for like $6 on Amazon or wherever. They keep the fibers out, and I also have the shop towels, like the more durable. My phone is blowing up. I would put it on mute, but there's things I need to know today, so I need to check them every now and then. Oh, my wife just realized what she said. That's pretty much how it goes. All right, so with this Aurora, we can also just unscrew the nib unit out of here to clean it a little bit further. Let me pull this piston back up. And these Aurora nib units just twist out, so they're very nice, kind of like the Pelicans. Oh, someone was saying from the podcast yesterday, apparently the Pelican M205 nib unit replacements are much cheaper than I think they are. So there you go. So this whole nib unit screws out of the Aurora. You can tell, even if you run ink through it, you can tell there's still ink in it here, right? So that's why it's good to disassemble the pins if you can. And then these nib units, they're like an ebonite feed, so you got to kind of pull them. They're friction fit, and then I'll just run these collars through, stick the nib and the feed in here, give them a rinse. You can tell they're pretty clean just by doing the piston, and then dry them off here. Cult Pins has them for $9.80. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have a correction on the next podcast. Oko Yim, thanks for the follow. We are gonna do some giveaways today. Not one of these pins I'm cleaning, just to give you all of that heads up. But this is a really nice, probably expensive to replace ebonite feed that Aurora does. So it's very cool. So we'll leave that there to dry. Leave this here to dry. Clean pin giveaway. Yeah. And then the nib, we'll just kind of bring it over here, rinse it off. So now, this is all well and good with the Aurora. But the Auroras, there's a caveat, and I mentioned it before. Look at the discoloration here on this gold nib. Influencer hands. Look at that. That's crazy. Give away the dirty water. This is not OnlyFans. So there is a caveat with these Auroras, right? It looks all well and good, and like you can see the clear ink window. But watch when I bring down the piston. You see the green, you saw the green tint come in there, right? Clear, green. Because Aurora's pistons have this feature of this backup ink reservoir that's supposedly in these pistons, and it's unnecessary, I think is the best way to describe it, because it just gets frustrating to clean. And like, it's not like you're gonna be like, who needs an emergency ink reservoir? It's not like you're gonna be stuck on the side of the road and, oh no, I've written my pen out, what shall I do? Oh, wait a minute, I have an emergency ink reservoir. There's probably a few lines left in this pen. Hooray. Like, no one, this is like solving a problem no one has. It's like, just give me the amount of space I have for ink in the reservoir, and that's how much ink I can have in the reservoir. But now I have to worry about this green ink in here for the next time I go to clean a pen. So we're going to try to wash this out a little bit. Look at that, just from putting it in here. You can see this green coming out. No one who buys that pen will never not have another pen on them. I know. It's just, again, it's one of those things where you're like solving a problem that no one has. So we'll draw some water in here and just kind of shake it up and see if we can do this a couple times. See if we can get that a little bit cleaner. I don't know if we can or can't. You just blast the Auroras at the syringe. That's what I'm going to do next. So, see what we can accomplish here. But you can see that's already better. So that's the piston now. But that's just the extra. See, there's the clear ink window. And there's the piston now. You can tell, like, we got most of the green out. So it's just a little extra annoyance when you're dealing with a built-in piston filling pen like this. So I actually think that looks pretty good. We'll hit it once with the syringe. I still can't pack a dip on these as much with my wrist hurts. That really hurts. But I do like shaking them out like that. So let's hit this with the syringe. So, there's my syringe, so I should show you how it feels. You just push it down, right? Push down the piston, and then just let it go. Pulls up the water. This is really sick. And then we'll just kind of spray in here. Hey, good morning, Slumberland Studio. Doc, it hurts when I do this. Yeah, my wrist has been not happy. Learning so much, good. If you have any like specific questions, like this is if you think like this is too much, like this is the hardest, this is like the most involved kind of cleaning, I think, is these pistons with these little extra cubby holes that ink can get into. But it's still not that bad. Like if I wasn't talking about it, it'd just take me a few minutes. Do you ever use something like Windex to clean out the pens, or is that too caustic? That is too caustic. There's an ammonia-based pen flush, and there's a recipe where you can make your own. That actually works well. I wouldn't use Windex. Oh, is water and ammonia just in Windex? I don't know. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not recommending that. Someone else can recommend that. We'll blame Alan. I would rather just go with the pen flush recipes, mix your own, or just buy it. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out in the end. So there's the clear barrel. Oh, I went the wrong way. And there's the piston now. You can tell it's gotten much clearer from before. So yeah, this is one of the more convoluted ones, even though it's really pretty simple. You just there's a couple extra steps to get the ink out of this barrel that you wouldn't normally have to do with other pens, right? So I'll just leave these parts are pretty dry. I'll generally just leave them if I'm cleaning a big batch of pens, I'll just leave them out for the rest of the day, let them air dry a little bit more, and stuff like that. So okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Let's get the aspirator in play with this Mia. So this is the Montegrappa Mia Meteor. I just want to clean this one because I've used most of the ink in it, and I just feel like I want to get it cleaned up before I review it again. This is more of something that I will just clean and then set it aside and probably re-ink it with something else because I still want to review this pen coming pretty soon. So Pilot Custom 823 takes ages. It isn't hard, just annoying. That is completely fair and accurate with that. So I still have a little bit of ink left in here, but I feel like I'm getting I haven't been using it as much, so I feel like the nib is getting, maybe a little dry up here, things like that. So I just want to go ahead and replace it. So with this, we'll just go ahead and pull the this is a threaded cartridge converter, excuse me. We'll just pull this, and normally, like I said, I would just take this, dump it in the sink. I'm just going to dump it here for the first shot. And then the converters are just simple to clean. You just run them in and out of your water, just a few times. Flush them out. Yeah, the 823, I'm actually hesitant to ink it up sometimes because I know I'll have to clean it eventually. Trickiest are Twsb's, but it's still not a big deal. Luckily, the Twsb nib units come off pretty well. So I know my hand's getting in the way of this, but you can see like these converters and this ink come out pretty well, right? So if you see a little bit hanging out in there, just run it again. I'm late, sorry and hello. If you shake it up a little bit, toss around that water, shake it up, you can get some of the ink that sticks to the piston, or and gets in these little nooks and crannies sometimes in there. So just be careful with that. Don't assume it's clean the first shot. You definitely want to give it a shake and see what else you have left in there. So you can fill it halfway with water, give it a shake, and you can still see it's kind of yellow in there from the orange ink. Dump that out. I mean, you shouldn't have to clean a converter this much time, but I like my pen parts to be like crystal clear clean. Just realized the towel's the same microfiber towels we get from Costco. Probably. I think these are just like the main generics, and then whoever brands them, whatever brand they get. Just like, you go to Amazon, it's the same 5 shelving units are the exactly same, but then they all have like 10 different names. So I thought I knew how to clean a pen, but I'm starting to understand where mine are all clogged. Good. I'm glad this is helpful. So I know I do have an ultrasonic cleaner. I used it once not too long ago. There was something that was really I couldn't get clean, and I can't remember what it was, and I broke it out. So just give it a shake when you're done. I'll stack these up. If they're a specific converter, like this is a Montegrappa converter with the threads, this will stay with the pen. If it's a generic international converter, they just go in a pile in a box, and I'll pick a different one out. We should have a clean off. That could be stressful. I would probably lose because I take too long. I'm too meticulous about it. I get really annoyed with any little ink. So this is where the aspirator is going to come in, right? So I don't know if you going to be able to see in here, but you have your little feed posts. Put them all down. So this one's too long, but imagine this post in here, right? It's a lot shorter than this. This is very long. That's an abnormal post. And we're going to take this aspirator, fill it with water, cover everything up, and this is like a tight seal around here, right? And then we're just going to hammer press this water through this to clean it out. But first, since I know there's still ink here because I just unscrewed this from the converter, right? We're going to have to Oh, that's what we're giving away today. We're giving away the Sailor cleaning kit for sure. For sure today, we're going to give away the Sailor cleaning kit. So I know there's still a decent amount of ink in here, so we're going to go ahead and hit this with the clean water. But I'm going to dump these first batches into here. I'm going to try to do this so you can see it. I'm not going to, I'll show you how I really do it. You really want to get this under the water, but just to see the pressure that comes through here, if y'all can see it. I don't know if you can really see it, but I'm forcing this water through here. Oh yeah, I got it all over the monitor. Did y'all bet? Y'all didn't do any bets. See, I can't see the water flying. That was sweet. Water everywhere. Rip. All right, I hope y'all made some bets because this was a legit mess. Dang it. But it's not bad. So then I'll show you with the clean water. I'm going to do this right and actually stick it under the water, which is what you should do. You'll see that just forcing that water through the first time, my nib's almost completely clean, right? There's no ink. You can't see any orange ink coming out of this at all, right? So that's why I use the aspirator to just completely clean it. Yeah, so like I won't bother pulling this nib, right? Because it's mostly clean. So then you shake it out and you see I still got some orange in there. So we're just going to go run it through again. So if you still see a little bit of lines like that, if I can't get this orange out, that's when I'd consider taking it apart. So just going to clean that again. And then we'll put it in here, see what it looks like. And it's mostly gone. So might give it another little rinse here. But like this nib, I won't bother disassembling, right? Like I did the Aurora. But the Aurora, I know those feeds, and I know the parts of the Aurora tend to hold more ink than something like this. So now I'll wipe this on here. The water's coming out. There's actually a little dot of orange left, but I'm not too concerned with it. So like I won't bother pulling that apart. So that's kind of it for like the nasal aspirator clean. That's why I do it, is to force that water through there. So that's how that goes. Now I gotta look and see where else I shot water. I think no electronics were harmed in the making of this video. I think. So I'm gonna grab a little more water in my clean bowl. I guess while I'm at it, I'll dump the dirty bowl. One sec. This sink's just right here. This is where the accidents happen. Also, when I have my water bowls like this, these are in the bottom of the sink, right? Like I'm reaching into the sink, into the bowls to do this normally, right? They're not on the counter. Bowls go into the sink so you can get so you can make more of a mess and shoot water everywhere and it's still all contained in there. So there you go. All right, so let's do another one of those. See if we can do it a little bit better this time and not make a mess. So this is the Twsb Perfecta. I really enjoy writing with this pen. It's such an interesting pen. I'm just not sure it's worth the money. Like that's what's kind of the gotcha with that pen. Like I think I'd rather have some other pens in that price point. I like using those takeout containers that you get curry in when you clean my pens. That's cool. All right, let me move some of my parts out of the way. So like I said, I will leave the parts out if I can. Like if it's possible, I'll just leave them out to air dry for, rest of the day. If I'm, depending on what I'm doing, what I'm thinking about, what I need to get done. If I can leave them out, if I don't have a cat that's going to come destroy them, something like that. All right. I do kind of keep the parts together with the pen, right? You don't want to cross-pollinate too many parts, but it's really not an issue when nibs are branded and sections are colored. You know exactly what you're getting. So, all right. Twsb, this is going to be similar to the Montegrappa that we just did, in that it's a cartridge converter fill. I use Namiki Black in this, which is a great ink. It's a really great black ink. And this pen writes so well. I'm just not digging it, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it out. So again, let's see. Is this screw? So yeah, the screws. I'm going to dump the ink in here. I'll bring it over here so y'all can laugh at me if it goes horribly wrong, but it won't. Normally I would just, like I said, dump the ink into the sink. So this Pilot black looks like it's going to clean out pretty well. What's the difference between Namiki Black and Pilot Black? As far as I'm concerned, nothing. Yeah, brand name. Cool bottles. They both have cool bottles though. So you can see some inks just clean out better than others. Even though this is black and I'm doing it in the dirty water, it just comes right out. So that bodes well for, let me get one, I'll shake it up and see why see if we can see any black ink in there. See, that's why you shake it up, right? Because ink gets stuck up in the top a lot. It'll hang out on the little piston knob. So that's why, even though it was crystal clear just a second ago, that's why you always want to do that. You might have to do that a couple times. How much difference can you tell between Blue Black and Shinkai? An absolute ton. Those are completely different inks. Those are not even comparable Blue Blacks to me. Pilot Blue Black is closer to Sailor Blue Black than it is to Iroshizuku Shinkai. You can just mega flush your converter with a syringe, right? Yes. But not everyone has syringes, so we're going through the steps of, cleaning out. But I have my syringes right here. And I even have my super pressure washery syringe. You can just get it like this. And what Annabelle's saying is you just take this, drop it in here, and look, you still even get more out of there. So there. And just, that's the way you get off that back piston knob. Get the ink from sticking back there. So sometimes you just can't see that stuff and the water doesn't get it right off time. So that's always, I love using the syringes. So if you don't have them, that's something you might want to consider ordering. So there you go. All right. Yeah, I guess we kind of need to keep that one together because that's a Twsb one. All right. So this nib unit is the same. It's going to fit the same aspirator. I'm not going to do it above water like I did last time. So we'll just do it in the bowl and you can kind of see it flush around. You can see I know you can't see me putting the ink in here, but you can see how much black ink is actually coming out the nib. Cleaning 50 pens a day. Oh, no, that wasn't smart assing. It's just like we gotta cover. I'm just making sure like we cover the total basics as well as like the advanced mode. That's why I said you could out clean me any day. Just doing it so much. So like you can see that nib's mostly clean, you know, from running it through the aspirator, right? You could probably stop here, but I'm going to run through the clean water just on top of it again, just to make sure. But these Pilot inks clean pretty well. Did I miss the one Brad 2 cups joke? It's also why converter is greater than piston. You will get no argument from me there. I'm not like a hardcore piston stan. Like, I like my piston pins fine, but I could not care less what filling system the pin has. That will not make or break any purchase of mine ever. So yeah, like there's no black in this at all. Like that just came out like crystal clear. So, you know, just because an ink is dark like a Pilot black, how did I get that in there? That just showed up. It doesn't mean it doesn't clean well, right? The ink can still clean well. Whereas something like the orange, it might take me a lot of turns to get out, you know, if I'm not taking off the nib and the feed and everything, there you might see little trails of orange. But like something like Pilot black, what an awesome ink. That just cleans spectacularly well. So easy. I would just like you less if I have to clean your piston fillers. That has to be like brutally frustrating. The only time I felt strongly about the filling system was when I saw an eyedropper converter inside a frosted Kaweco Sport. What time works for you? Is this for Annabelle or for me? Hopefully Annabelle. A huge syringe was the old cartridge cut in the back. Does a great job. Yeah, totally. When an eyedropper work instead of an aspirator, it does, but you can't get as much pressure, right? Like, what are you talking about? Like a pipette or like a little glass eyedropper? You just can't release. You just can't. The reason why the aspirators and the syringes work so well is because of pressure, right? These type of tools, you can't get pressure. For me, we could do a pen cleaning service. $10 a pen. Is that too cheap? I don't think that's too cheap. I'd clean your pens for $10 a pen. But yeah, you just can't, like, you can use something like this, but like you get none of the pressure benefits that you get from this or this. So these are really just eyedroppers, right? I'll use them to suck ink out and put ink in, not for cleaning. Does that answer your question? All right, let's move that to the side. Actually, there's a business idea for you when we do pen shows again. If you don't have anything to sell at a pen show, set up a pen cleaning station, $10 a pen. If I was busy doing something else and I needed a pen cleaned, I would totally drop it off at your table and let you do it for $10. I'm not even joking. Like, you're not going to make the buku money, but you can make, I bet you'd make several $100s. I bet you'd make enough to like cover your hotel or something like that. Like literally, pen cleaning station, $10 seems like a totally fair price. You know, Mike Masayama doesn't want your dirty ass pen over on his wheel, so he's gonna say, go see Brad, get your pen cleaned, then bring it back, and then we'll do the work. Yeah, artisanal pencil sharpening, Mike Reese. It's the same thing. Oh, David Ray. What did I say, Mike Reese? I get the names wrong. Yeah. Brad, can I sublet part of your Knox Spoke mega table? Yeah. Like all you need is like, you only need a half table. And then pen cleaning, $10. And then that's for basic cleaning, right? If your pen is foobarred, then the prices go up. So there you go. Free idea. I like it. All right, so the Twsb 580. Most of the times, even like in this case where there's a lot of ink left, I'm just going to go ahead and unscrew the nib. And, oh yeah, you'd have to have an ultrasonic just for things to sit while you're waiting. So yeah. Yeah, you just bring all these tools like this, set up a table. I mean, like I said, you're not going to make thousands of dollars doing that, but you can make some travel money. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and unscrew the nib on these, or pull the nib out, and then piston out the remainder of the ink, normally into my sink. But here, we're just going to do it into the cup. We'll set the nib aside. So you just take this and dump it down your sink. I'm just gonna pour it in here. Just go ahead and flush this out. Like I said, this cup is only here because normally I'm doing this over a sink, and I'll just dump it down the sink. So that Pin BBS 404, it's a pretty cool color. And then I'll just run the piston through here a couple times, and then we'll see what it's like, and then I might syringe it. Most of these times, these Twsbs clean pretty well. Sometimes I have to do a little bit more. Oh yeah, most of the pen repair people bring ultrasonics. You would also need a waiver just in case you break a pen. Yeah, you would definitely need something like that. So you can see just the basic simplest cleaning of this pen gets it probably 99% there. Like, it's really clean, really clear. These Twsbs do a good job. Even shaking it up, you can see like I'm not even getting any extra ink in there. Super simple to clean these Twsb barrels. So like that's done. Now I'm gonna clean the nib. I did take some Advil for my wrist because I was pulling all these nibs. I was like, man, my wrist is getting sore already. But like, yeah, these are just shockingly simple to clean. Twsbs clean very well. The nibs, this nib unit's a little bit hard to, you can't really aspirator this, right? Because there's no connection and no protection from water going everywhere. You can do it if you like tighten your fingers around there very well. But mostly I'm just gonna like soak it and try to run some water through here, but mostly it's not gonna go so well. Are we gonna get pen shows back? I mean, some of the summer ones are trying. Like I'll be totally vaccinated in 2 more weeks. I'll have both my rounds. I still don't know that I would be ready to travel until we have like a very, very much higher rate of everyone having vaccinations, right? So you can see even just the rinsing of the Twsb nib in the dirty water and brought it over here, you don't see a lot of color. Like these Twsbs just clean very, very well. So yeah, like October maybe? So who knows? San Fran's in August. Like I still think that might be a little early for me, right? But like if I was local, I would probably go. But like one of the biggest caveats I've always said about me in particular is if I can't drive, I have to go through the busiest airport in the world to get somewhere. That's not my favorite thing to do in a pandemic. So maybe I'll drive to Chicago, right? Take a road trip. So yeah, the Twsb's done. Like it's completely clean, no ink, nothing. So yeah, easy mode. I feel like I didn't clean enough pens. Like, am I really missing something? The Kaweco I'm gonna use, the spoke I'm gonna use. When's the Commonwealth pen show? It's usually in the early summer, I thought. But they might change it. I don't know. Just tell Yoast to decide. Tell Yoast to decide, hey, this is when the Commonwealth pen show is. And, that's what that's when it's going to be. My Twsbs are calling me, seeing you do this. I'm going to tear them all apart. They're really easy to clean. You can even, I'm not going to do it here, but you can, I've re-siliconed the pistons, right? You just take the tool, follow the instructions in the card that they give you, take it apart. It's like a little wrench. You pull this out. If this starts to get squeaky and tight, put a little of that silicone grease they provide in it, put it back on. It's shockingly simple. Twsbs are very, very easy to manipulate. So 3776 Nakaya. Yeah, there's nothing in here there's no more that I can clean. So I'm still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pens inked, and I'm about to probably ink the Gravitas. I would have liked to clean more today, but I just have more in progress. So, all high risk grandpas. I thought you were going to say all high grandpas, which that would be a cool show. If DC happens, I'm not sure what to do. I'll tell y'all right now, I don't see any situation where I'm traveling in August. I probably don't see a situation where I'm traveling this year, but we'll see what the fall is looking like. Even though I'll be completely vaccinated, I'm still just a little bit uncomfortable flying. I could be tempted to do some driving. I would almost consider. Yeah, the only reason I'd consider DC because it's not really travel. That's exactly right. But I really don't want to have to deal with the airport in Atlanta, both directions, full flights, lots of people. Yeah. So I'm in no hurry, right? As bad as I want it, I'm in no hurry. All right, let's give some stuff away. Let me organize my desk here a little bit, and we'll give some stuff away. We're totally giving away y'all totally want to meet Annabelle. I would go meet Annabelle. If Boston, my sister lives in Massachusetts. If Boston is maybe in the fall, late, I'd I don't know. We'll see. Summer travel is not even on my radar. I will tell you that. If you need a co-driver to Chicago, let me know. I wouldn't have to go that far out of the way. Something to consider. Boston's only one day. That's what I'm saying. I would go see my sister. I would make more of a trip out of it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Patrick. We'll see. All right. Yeah, let me give away some stuff. Let me just scooch some of this stuff out of the way. We'll leave the water mess here. That went better than anticipated. Do not nasal aspirate outside of the bowl. Stick everything under the bowl, or else water goes everywhere. Luckily, it went in a pretty tame situation, other than the corner of my monitor and keyboard that it's right here. The edge of my keyboard right there, and then the monitor's right above it right there. So North Carolina, it's closer. It's also North Carolina. No offense, Mike. I live in Georgia. I can't really talk. It's also North Carolina. I feel comfortable in saying that. All right, we got all that stuff picked up. Yeah. Georgia's worse, trust me. It's still the South. All right. We're totally giving away. I've been waiting for the day where I could break this bad boy out. All right, let me check the mics, check the cams. Brad, if you can follow into a small piece of rubber tubing that fits over the nib and aspirator, won't spray everywhere. Yeah. The issue is I would really just need that for stream. I could try to find that, but when I'm cleaning it in the sink, like stuff can go everywhere. So that's why I don't worry about it. But if we're doing this on stream, which we'll probably do again, this actually went better than I expected. Having the 2 bowls was good. All right, let me switch this back over. We're totally giving away the Sailor fountain pen maintenance kit. One of the more overpriced items that Sailor has ever sold. And they're not known for their wonderful pricing. I'm actually pretty surprised at this, but it makes sense. Let me see if I can get it open without destroying it. Show you what it contains. It's got like a little syringe. It's got some stuff. Really does not want me to get it open though. Is this taped? Oh, it's got like, I don't want to break this. Like it's kind of glued and taped. Let me see if I can cut the tape. Hello, microphone. All right. There we go. All right. So it gives you your very own syringe, your very own needle, a cleaning cloth, and the syringe is made to have like a converter attachment on the back. So you can see in the image where like they're attaching the converters to it and flushing it. It's kind of cool. Like it's kind of unnecessary, but it's kind of cool. So yeah, let's give this away. This is the perfect day to give this away. Healthcare worker here, been vaccinated for over a month. Yeah, my wife's been vaccinated for at least a month, if not more. All right, Sailor giveaway. The cleaning cloth does say Sailor, right? Where is the button? All right, this could be sketchy because I'm gonna have to type on this wobbly keyboard over the water using 2 hands. Sailor cleaning kit. Oof. And actually, while this runs, I'm gonna go empty this water so I don't totally. All right, exclamation point raffle. If you want to get on this hot Sailor cleaning kit, it's good karma to enter all the giveaways because there's gonna be more stuff to give away after this, and you never know. I gave away a TI Arto on Tuesday. So let me go dump this water. And then I'll pull some more giveaway items. Alan Shutko. I swear, you just subscribed like 2 days ago, it seems like, Alan, but thank you. Maybe I'm just not keeping up at the time. Thank you so much. 11 months of subbing. Dope. All right, let me, 40 seconds left. Let me figure out what's next. Too much cool stuff to decide. I got one thing here. Go that away. Oh, here's a good one. One of these days, I guess I'm going to have to say, oh, this is a terrible giveaway. But when is stationary stuff ever terrible? That's all good. All right, we got We got some cool notebook products next. By the way, Brad, you got my email. I did. Yes, I did. I put it in my list. Probably won't ship till this weekend, but I got it. All right. Who wins the awesome cleaning kit? It happened again. Needle Girl won the needle. How many times is this going to happen? Lamy for Life won the Lamy yesterday. I'm telling you, y'all got to change your names to the thing you want. Because apparently the giveaway stream believes in picking these out. Needle Girl, congrats. Email me, hello@penaddict.com with your shipping address. Give away something oversized. This is starting to get creepy. That is too funny. Too funny. All right. That was that. That was really cool. Oh my gosh. I enjoy that way too much. All right. I need a drink. Sorry. Okay. Next up. I don't know how to describe this, but maybe y'all in the chat can help me. So this is something I picked up from Write Notepads in Baltimore. It's like a shiny foil, like limited edition run of one of their notebooks. It's kind of like iridescent, shiny. I always wanted to find like the special thing to use it for, because I think it's kind of a special notebook, and I never did. So y'all get it. So it's super shiny and fancy. So we'll give away this Write iridescent covered notepad. I really like it. Yeah, it looks awesome. But I just never found the thing to use it for. All right, Dave is the Write notepad guy. So if Dave wins, we'll never stream again. Just kidding. All right, go. Tesla Model X. Yeah, I'd like to be on that one. Yeah, not Sir Jerkface Dave. Dave on the line, Dave. If Dave on the line called his shot, I will never stream again. I mean, there's like 100 people in here. We usually get like 70 or 80 entries. We'll see how it goes. I think I am going to put this Aurora nib back together while y'all do this. Because that's not one I want to lose or break. They're a little particular in that they have a notch in the ebonite feed that you have to find. I probably need better lighting to do this. Nope, there it is. There it is. All right, about 30 seconds left in this giveaway, and then we'll do one more. I thought pen cleaning day was a success. One minor splashy issue. I can live with that. Like, there was no major issues. Like, I think the next time I have to do pen cleaning, I think I'll probably do it that way. Splashy issues. Oh, for those of y'all who listened to the podcast yesterday, I did send Caroline that email. I sent her an email about the orange. She enjoyed it. Sent me a great response back. So she is a good We had a good time with the orange discussion. I may save that for the podcast next week to follow up. I did send her a cease and desist. That I should pick the winner. Entries have stopped. Pick the winner. Susan H 99. I don't have to stop streaming. Sorry, Dave. All right, Susan, send me your. Yeah, it's rigged. Rigged. I feel like I always have a pen clean that needs to get done, but it doesn't get done. Let's pen clean together. It's so cool you do the drawings. Dave, have you seen the bucket of stuff I have to give away? Susan, email me, hello@penaddict.com with your address. The amount of products that are sitting here that the rest of y'all need is too damn high. It's good. Yes, make my problem your problem. This makes it no longer my problem. Black-Eyed Susans are the state flower of Maryland, and Right Notepads is a brand with a lot of local pride. Like, I'm in. So this next one is something that I'm a monster fan of. You probably have forgotten about this product. I'm kind of excited to give this away because someone needs to try this. And I have mine. I love it. I don't know if you can get them anymore. I think they still sell them, to be honest. But this is from the Kickstarter. The CW&T Studio Sketchbook. This was the official Kickstarter version. Like, I have my prototype version that I use. This is how they came packaged in the Kickstarter version. This is a cool notebook. It's got this highly textured, I don't even know what you call it. It's basically like you can see like all the threads running of the page, like all the pulp running through the page. And sometimes your ink will catch a runner. Like if you're using a fountain pen ink, it'll hit the spot and just run, and it's kind of cool. I end up using more pencils in it because I don't like to write with it, but like for artistic purposes, it's a really cool notebook. I think you'll be surprised how cool this notebook is. Like any description I have of it wouldn't do it justice. It's washi paper. I don't know how to describe it. Do they describe it? I thought it was some. It doesn't specifically say. You'd have to go find it on the site. Namiki Maki, hey guy. All right, I'm going to reset this. All right. How's the Type C? It's good. It's just not my jam, right? Like, I don't carry that in my pocket. It's almost too light. You have to attach it to a notebook. The ones with the clip, like my prototypes didn't have the clip. I like them better with the clip to where you can attach it to the pocket notebook. Then it's good. But you got to like D1 refills, and you got to like flat-sided writing, right? So there's a lot of questions you have to ask about that product. All right, CW&T. But you can go look at the product information on the site for the Studio Sketch Notebook, and it'll tell you. I don't know why, like, apricot trees are stuck in my head for some reason for this. They just released new colors of the sea. Oh, I'll take a look at those. Mulberry paper. Is that what it is? It's really neat. I've never used anything like it. All right. Raffle. Rich Sticks, yours is in. Studio Sketchbook is made with hanji, a traditional Korean paper made from the inner bark of the mulberry tree and sunset hibiscus. Cool. It's a very textured, I call it thready paper. Like you can see the fibers running. It's a fibrous paper. It works the best with pencils, but if you like ink and you like kind of abstract performance of ink, you will like this paper. I just think it's a wicked cool product. I mean, the orange dot helps, right? Also, I'm a CW&T super fan. Don't steal your Korean paper idea. I won't, because I don't even know what you're talking about. I must have already forgot if you did tell me. All right, I got 20 more nibs to do. I'm going to do those on stream next. Okay, good. I can't steal it if I don't know it. That's the key. That's the key. Don't tell me I can't steal it then. Do you think Spoke will make a clip for the icon in a large mechanical pencil lead size? So, clip for the icon has not come up for design discussion. I'm not going to say never. I don't know. Large mechanical pencil lead size has come up for discussion, but nothing imminent yet. But that's at least maybe on the drawing board. Plan to send you an email? Cool. Definitely. I would be happy to talk about that, and I totally won't steal your product ideas. Giving out nibs? I am not giving out nibs. I did kind of trail off in that thought, though. Spoke clutch pencil would be very difficult to resist. I am all about it. It's on the table. Like, we haven't done the design yet, but it's like on that radar of like, hey, what are the projects we can work on? That's true. You have me now, Jeannie. Like the clutch pencil is something I'd use. Brad, clip idea for the icon, something that clips onto one or more of the slots. See, that's the thing. That's not the clip side. $5 millimeter lead. Is there such a thing? I've never seen anything past like the 2-point whatevers. Is there a 5? Like a 5-point something? We have a couple of 9s off and on. The Kavekos are 5s? 5.6? Okay. I was thinking that's not the 2 point. So I guess that is the 5.6. Okay. 2.3 is not that wide. Okay. Makes sense. I'm tracking you now. Never say never, but that wouldn't be the first one off the line. All right. Pick winner. Mark Rasbach. Mark, I know I have your address. You have to send it to me again. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. Congratulations. And you have to reply here. Them's the rules. There you go. Replied here. Email me. Because I collect all the stuff. That was a cool link, Dave. Thanks for that. Way to go, Dave. Who allowed you here? There's a reason you're not a moderator. Giant lead sizes. Just got an 823 dropped off. Ooh, nice. Hey, does anyone we know getting the navy blue 823? Oh, I can imagine that, Patrick. It's just no one wants to hold a fountain pen nib down. We would never design a clip to hold a fountain pen nib down. It wouldn't work. All right, see you, Tony. I want it, but I can't justify it. Yeah, I can't justify it either. There's a navy blue 823. It's a mega limited Japanese store edition, limited to $500. I'm just curious. There are a couple of FC pins that are nibbed down and work well. Right, I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm saying I'm not going to do that. There's a reason why they're not all that way. So Pilot is playing by the Lamy playbook. I think Pilot plays by their own playbook. Have you seen the new Pelican M205 petrol swirl? I have not. Yeah, I know. I mean, people would use it. I just don't think that's the proper design for this pen. There's pens out there that have nib down clips. Just for this pen. Can you do a post with an icon next to a Safari or Twsb Eco? I can do it right here live online. Any link for this Ultra Rare 823? Yeah, I'll grab it in just a second. What was the other pen? Safari. Where'd it go? Twsb Eco. I don't have an Eco handy. I have a 580. I can put it back together. So Safari icon. So I'll put it towards the end there. I'll put this. Let me put this 580 back together. I'll do that. Let's do it like this. .580 icon Safari. So there you go. Does that help? I like the icon a lot. I do wish the section were a little fatter. Yeah, I think some people would like a fatter section in that. Maybe that's something we can do later. Maybe like an alternate grip diameter, something like that. Like I think we'll probably do some maybe some different material sections too. So maybe that's an opportunity to fatten it up. I definitely hear you on that. Is the axle smaller too? I don't have my axle in here. The axle's close to as long as the icon, the full length. I don't have one in here. I'm sorry. That's the pen I use in the shop. I love that pen so much. It stays on my shop desk. I need to bring an example in here so I have it. A truck axle, that would be a sight. Yeah, I sure don't have one. I need to bring one back in here. My apologies. On paper, the icon should be too short for me, but in practice, it seems to be just long enough, but the grip diameter needs to be wider. Makes sense. Diameter on the axle is around 10 meters. Yeah, the axle has a straight grip section, so it's definitely wider, fatter grip. So yeah, this is it definitely leans smaller and lighter weight overall, right? Compared to just, general fountain pen terms. Like it's on that edge of the scale. It's neither small nor like ultralight, but it leans that way, right? Want to order the icon and axle, but they're too short for comfortable use. Well, the good news is you don't have to rush. Maybe we can get together someday and try one. You'll be able to try one from someone. Maybe the guinea pig will start running again, and you can try one. Because I know Mary has them. Mary has axles. I don't know if Mary has an icon. I know Mary ordered an axle. Maybe you can try that one of these days if y'all ever get back together. The full length axle is totally long enough with a post, if you post it. So yeah, for sure. Somehow I bought 4 new pens in the last 2 weeks. I haven't bought any. What have I bought recently? The Safaris, the Tibaldi. I haven't bought any like personal collection type pins recently, I don't think. All right, I got 20 nibs to do. I'm gonna go ahead and do them while we chit chat. What else do y'all want to talk about? We can talk about anything. This will take me like 5-10 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. Then I need to go ship these like next day air to Brooks. Maybe 2 day. I could probably drive these to Brooks and still pick up my kids from school. Well, no, I guess it's 11:30. That'd be a little late. I could at least get to Brooks' house and the kids could walk home. Ooh, yeah, I'm tired. I may not be able to do these right now. Link for the blue 823? Yeah, sorry, we did get distracted. Hey, Toby. Let's see. That should... I didn't check that link. Hopefully that's it. Yep, that's it. What, Toby? All right, I may not be able to keep streaming. Toby is literally yelling at me to go out. What? What do you want? You talking to me? Are you talking to me? What are you going to do? He looks like he's ready to attack me. If you don't speak up, I don't know what you want. Yeah. Exactly on the 823. Honestly, if it was like a brighter color, like if they did like a bright blue or a bright orange or a bright green, like that was such a real outlier, I might consider it, but not for that. That's barely lighter than the black one. Boy, my wrist did not like me taking a break on these nibs. Like Konpeki blue, like even like Pilot stock 74 blue, right? You know, just that bright blue that they use on like the 74, 92. I would get, if it was that bright blue color that they are fond of for their plastics, I would be much more interested. All right, that's not working. We're going to take a break. All right, I'm going to take the dog out. Thank y'all for watching. I'm glad we didn't have any real messes. I have a Conklin that's not flowing right. Any advice? Clean it. Check the nib. I was waiting for that. I wasn't going to say it. We'll let someone else say it. Yeah, that's, I start with, if I have a pin that's not flowing well, I'll clean it, and I want to disassemble the feed from the nib if possible, and just kind of make sure nothing's like junked up in there. And then I'd look at the nib tines, make sure the flow is okay. After that, I think you're in strings and pedals land there. All right. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for the fun stream. We will do this again. If you have any like other like pin cleaning questions, let me know. If you have other things like that you want to see me do on the stream, like showing like real show and tell stuff, like taking apart stuff, we'll do that. So yeah, this was fun. And I'm gonna go finish these nibs, and that's it. Have a good day.